Good evening, and welcome to the special presentation for Friday, June 22nd, 2018. My name is Glenn Tompkins. I'm a Senior Product Support Representative and Instructor here at VectorVest, and it's my pleasure to give your presentation this week entitled, Follow the Leaders? As you know, we're moving right along with our user group competition, and some of the results look really good. The Pensacola, Florida group is doing a super job by way of the results so far. I actually run the Charlotte, North Carolina user group, and even though we're making money, I would love for us to be higher up the list. I want to congratulate, though, all of the groups who took the time to enter the competition just the same. Tonight, we're going to talk about some insights some of these groups have and why it's important to follow the leaders. They must be doing something right to have the results that they have. Let's get into the program. The first thing I want to do is go to the Friday's views. We're going to go to views. We're going to go up to change the date and go to last Friday. You'll understand why I'm doing that in a second. Click on OK. On Fridays, as you know, we give a more expanded version of the views. I want to go down to the user group. Now, these are our user groups all across the globe. You'll notice that we have 82 user groups around the world. And you know, only 24 entered the competition. Dr. DeLito said to me, Glenn, what's wrong? Less than 30% of our user groups signed up. Folks, this was a great opportunity to strut your stuff and show the world that your group has the moxie to make money with VectorVest. If you were stuck on trying to submit a choice, let me remind you that we as a service give you an idea every week of the year, stemming from simplicity to complexity, depending on what you're looking for. Ideas for every type of investor are put together in a concise manner for you every week. User group leaders. You have a unique chance to use our special presentations to help your users not only make money, but consistently make money in the market. Talk about simplicity. I love having the opportunity to hold a monthly meeting in Charlotte, North Carolina, and talking to my users. It's amazing what kind of ideas they have by just listening. This software is only limited by your imagination. Now, let's take a look at what's going on in the contest. Let's go back to the most recent date, and we provide for you a link every day so that you can keep your eye on what's going on. The link's right here. To follow the user group leader competition, click here. And now we can see that so far, remember, 24 groups submitted. The top 3 right now are Pensacola, Huntsville, Alabama, and Atlanta. Charlotte right now happens to fit in 5th place. We're still in the lead, not really the lead, but we're amongst the top 10 winners so far. But you know something? 5th place is not going to win me anything or my group anything. I'm trying to go after the Atlanta to at least get into 3rd place, but Pensacola is doing a heck of a job. Let's start with the leader, Pensacola. 27% since the implementation of the contest. First thing you're going to do is click over on the trading system. This one was using Show Me the Money long on the upside with a profit locker, 30% target, 15% stop. And on the downside, Hindenburg stocks down 3 days with a profit locker of a 15.5. Now, they did a good job finding that strategy. We're not sure what they did to find this strategy, but if you remember a couple of weeks ago, Steve Chappell showed you how to use the Derby and put it through its tests to find what strategy was working right now. We came up with Show Me the Money. So again, I don't know if Pensacola did the same thing, but nonetheless, they are in a strategy that's rocking and rolling in the current market conditions using the DEW timing signal. Let's move over to the next one, which is Huntsville, Alabama. If we click on what they were looking at, they were using the epitome of keeping it simple. They used searches that were doing well from prior contests. They did their work. They're using a worry-free investing strategy on the upside with a 35% stop and 8% loss. And on the downside, using a worry-free strategy with a 10% gain or 7% loss. Notice though, on both sides, they are buying long. Very interesting. So on the primary wave down, they are still buying stocks long, still using worry-free investment. Let's go to the third one, which is Atlanta. Personally, I know that the Atlanta group is a strong user group. I've known that. I've been to their user group, and Dr. DeLito raves about how strong of a group they are. If you are in the Atlanta area, I would say you need to check them out. Looks like they came up with a collective engineered search and stop criteria. Let's take a look. So they did their work. They have a search called Joe's Dream Long, using a stop of an ATR or average true range 10-day look back period. And what this looks for is the average true range of a stock over the last 10 days. They multiply it by 2. So let's say the average true range of the stock is $2. Well, by multiplying it by 2, now you're looking at a range of $4. If the stock goes outside of the range of its average true range multiplied by 2, that shows abnormal activity on the stock, whether it's bullish or bearish. So this is a great stop. They tied it in with this strategy. The strategy is looking at sorting by RT. It's looking at sales in millions greater than 0, exchange equal to the American NASDAQ over-the-counter in New York and the optionable ones, market cap greater than 25 million, looking for big stocks, average volume greater than 400,000 shares, price greater than 1, and price less than 100. So price between $1 and $100, price times volume greater than 1 million. So they are looking for big stocks that are on the rise because this is sorted by, interesting, RT ascending. So it's sort of like looking at big money stocks, but bottom fishing them. So that would make sense in a good uptrending market. Starting to use something from a bottom fishing aspect helps those stocks to take off. On the downside, no action. So they're letting the long positions be managed with the stops, but not buying or selling any stock short during the primary wave down. Now, Charlotte, let's go over to the Charlotte. We're in the top 10. Charlotte, we also took the simple approach as well. We'll click on the trading system. We're using a worry-free strategy as well, with a profit locker of a 70% target with a 15% stop. And on the downside, we're shorting stocks from No Mo Mojo down 5 days. We're using the RT kicker combo. So you'll notice one was using the primary wave, one is using the DEW, one is using the RT kicker combo. There's a lot of different things that went into play in getting your submissions together. But that's what user groups are all about, and that's why this competition was strictly put together for user groups, again, to strut your stuff and show what you can do using the VectorVest software. Now, I know that we're in the top 10, but we definitely could be doing better. And as I mentioned, we did keep it simple as well. Now, I'm going to give you guys a heads up on how to prepare for the next leg of the contest. I'm going to put simplicity to the forefront. And I'm going to show you how all members of this program can consistently make money. I'm going to close out of this. Now, Dr. DeLito talked about the consistent moneymaker trading system on May 25th of 2018. Let's go to May 25th of 2018. We'll scroll down. And there it is, how to become a consistent moneymaker. This was a great read, and I actually did the timing of the market on this day, but I also did it as a strategy of the week. Let's go to selected sections, or actually strategy of the week. I actually did it as a strategy of the week called Keep It Simple, Revisited. All right. I wish I had known about this system before the user group competition started. If I did a quick test of these stocks when the contest started, and let's do that real quick. I'm going to go to Unisearch. I'm going to go down to Search is Prudent. And the strategy is now known as Moneymakers. Now, the contest started on 5/24 of 2018. Let's go back to 5. It was actually 5/21. I'm corrected. 5/21 of 2018. If I would have gotten in, put my competition in on 5/18 to start on 5/21, run the search. I'm going to start off with the top 10 first. The top 10, quick test the top 10. Holy smokes, I would be up 7.77%. I think I would be in third place right now just based off of this strategy. Man, do I wish that I did know about this strategy back then. Lulu is up 21%, $102 stock. Allergen, ODFL, CRM, ISRG. These are good stocks that people do know about, sorted by relative safety. Relative safety is the key in this search for consistent money-making possibilities. But 7.77%, blowing the doors off the market. In this case, we have 8 winners, 2 losers. Well, let's bump this up a little bit. Let's say we were diversifying a little bit more. Let's run the search, looking at the top 20. And now let's quick test all of the top 20. We're still up 4.46%, 15 winners, 5 losers. Man, look at that. And this is without money management. Probably we would have gotten out of that stock. That's down 19%. But 4.46% on its own, looking at the diversification of getting into 20 stocks. Folks, this is a consistent moneymaker. Now, let me get you set up on how easy it is to set this up and try it for yourself right now. I'm going to run the search and I'm going to look at the top 10 stocks. We'll start with the top 10 stocks. And this is going to be as of today. We're going to run this as of 2:07 p.m. today. Here's the stocks that are returned. Now, this is a very simple search. Relative safety greater than 1. Average volume greater than or equal to 100,000 shares. Recommendation has to be equal to a buy. And this is sorted by relative safety. So the stocks with the highest relative safety are at the top of the list, sorted down. That relative safety looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance. If we know that earnings is the engine that drives a stock's price higher, we're looking at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance and using that in our favor to help us to make money and do so consistently. So I'm going to look at the top 10 stocks and I am going to put them into a portfolio. I'm going to click on Quickfolio All and I'm going to name this Special Presentation Moneymakers. MM for Moneymakers. $100,000 portfolio. In this case, I'm going to use no commission. I just want to look at the pure raw performance of the search. We're not using margin or interest. This is a long search, so I'm going to put a dot in front of long, click on OK. It's going to set up my portfolio. That's as quickly and as easily as I need to set up the portfolio. Now, I am going to show you how to manage this portfolio in literally 2 minutes a day. Let's open the portfolio now. There it is, Special Presentation MM. And now it's running. It's running as of the top 10 stocks as of right now, today. Now, a couple of ways to manage this portfolio. Keep in mind, when the stocks are bought, they have to have a buy recommendation, right? So if a stock stops becoming a buy, that may be a good opportunity to take the stock out of the portfolio and go run the search again to find the next candidate. Another way, since these stocks are good high RS stocks, good stocks that have good predictability of a company's financial performance, if these stocks go against you by way of the return on investment, if any of these stocks go against you 10%, consider getting rid of it. All right, so those are 2 ways to manage this portfolio. This is a 10 stock portfolio. Let's do this. I'm going to go back to the unit search, and now let's do it again with 20 stocks. Run it with 20 stocks. Raw stars, a lot of the same stocks are in here, but now I've expanded my list to 20 stocks. Quick folio all. I'm going to call this special presentation money makers 20 stocks. Long, again, I don't want to look at commission. I just want to look at the raw data for the portfolio. It's long, no commit, no margin or interest. Click on OK. Open it now. This portfolio is called Special Presentation Money Makers 20 Stocks. And again, it's also starting to move. And folks, we just put this into place. 20 stocks sorted by now return on investment. Man, these stocks are already making money. My buy recommendations are all in place. So 2 ways to manage the portfolio. If a stock loses its buy recommendation, consider getting out of it. Or in the return on investment column, if the stock goes against you 10%, that's also a good way to get out. Folks, I have now got you set up on how to set this up, manage it going forward right now so that you can consistently start making money. Now, can we do some back testing on this? And the answer to that is yes. If you want more solid information, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. And we're going to use the back tester. Now, you'll notice that I've got some Charlotte user group competitions are actually back test setup. We did our work too before we put in our submission. That's what you do as a user group. You go through and you put some stuff together and you get your results, and that's how we ended up with the strategy that we're in right now. So now, when I consistently did the moneymaker, I used the primary wave in 20 stocks. So here's the primary wave. I looked at it on pretty much a 1-year look back period for the back test. Moneymaker, primary wave, 26% with an 11% drawdown. Let's take a look at what the equity curve looks like. The equity curve looks like, wow, look at that. Nice running higher, 11% drawdown over about a 1-year time period, 26% annualized out to 26%. Well, I took that same primary wave. Now, before I do that, let's do this. Let me put the edit. In this, we were using the primary wave. The search was the money makers. We were using the profit locker. Let me show you what profit locker we were using. In the profit locker, we were using 100% target with a stop of 10%. Folks, we're trying to let these high relative safety stocks run. And we have a 10% stop. So that was the beauty behind this. And again, we're looking at 20 stocks, automatically replace, don't close any open position. But that really doesn't matter because on the downside, we're taking no action. We're going to let these long stocks run. All right. So I did that on a 1-year basis, pretty much a 1-year basis. I wanted more testing, so I did it on a 5-year basis. Same thing. This is 5/24 of 2013 to 6/21 of 2018. Folks, 78% average annualized rate of return, 15% a year with a 12.9% drawdown. Look at that equity curve. And folks, that's using the primary wave. So now I did it also a different way. What happens if I wanted to use a different timing signal like the green light buyer? All right, I did that for a year, 21% over the year. Look at the equity curve. All right, still going from the bottom left to the top right, but still rising in a market. Annualized 19.77%, a little better than doing it, actually not as good as doing it on the primary wave, which is a faster signal. But the drawdown was just a tad bit smaller at 10.5%. Then I took that same test and ran it for 5 years. Folks, you want to know why we call this the consistent moneymaker? Folks, here's the data. The data is showing you 84% over 5 years using the green light buyer, a tad bit better than the primary wave. The drawdown is 11.79, a tad bit smaller than the primary wave, but both equity curves on a 5-year basis look amazing. 84% using the green light buyer over 5 years, 78% over 5 years using the primary wave. So folks, wow. Now you understand why Dr. DeLito is very high on this, as saying that this is a consistent money maker. When Dr. DeLito worked at Goodrich many years ago, and they built a tire that didn't sell, they had a saying that people were not eating the food. Here at VectorVest, we strive to make a product that is good for you. If you feel that there are things that we could do better, let us know. But our goal is to provide the best product available for you at any price. I want to say thank you very much for joining me for this special presentation this week. If you have any questions, by all means, please give our product support staff a call. We'll be holding a follow-up Q&A session on Monday. Hopefully, I feel that I hope that you've learned the value of what you are paying for and how you can not only make money, but make money consistently, because that's the key, folks. If you have a user group in your area, please, folks, consider following the leader. Have a great day.